Hi, hello everyone. Can you please say in the comments or in the chat area if you can hear me well? Meanwhile, I'll introduce myself and Xavi. My name is Paula. I work at iDon'tHack. I'm in the marketing department and I usually organize events. You might know me from other webinars. So today we have a special one because we are partnering up with Alexa Developers Madrid and we have Xavi with us today. He's going to explain us a little bit how to create my first Alexa skill with or without coding knowledge. So he's going to be introducing a little bit of what platforms could we use or how could be useful or why we should create Alexa skills anyways. And please, can you, I don't know if everyone's hearing me okay, because no one said anything. So please, can you tell me, can you let me know in the comments if you can hear me? I'll keep talking meanwhile, but I want to know that you can hear me.
And if you can hear me as well.
Yep.
Just put a comment, please.
Like a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Now I see the comments. Okay, cool. So as I said, Xavi is from, well, he's doing this because he organizes events for Alexa developers in Madrid. But when I asked him if he could do it in English too, he said like, okay, I'll give it a try. So he's with us today. He's going to be talking about Alexa skills and how you can create your own. For example, I'm based in Barcelona and Xavi's in Madrid, I believe. So can you all tell me where are you hearing us from today? And then just a little bit of introduction about iDon'tHack. If you don't know us, we are a tech school. We are based in different cities and countries around the world, and we do courses in web development, UX UI design, and data analytics. So we wanted to get outside of the comfort zone today and talk a little bit about Alexa, which is something that we don't really talk about in our bootcamps. So just as a little introduction for Xavi, he, as I said before, organizes events for Alexa Developers Madrid. He's also the organizer for DevOps Madrid, and he can tell you a little bit more about his professional career because he does a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and then we'll go over the rules of Crowdcast and how it works, and we can start already.
Okay, so well, thank you, Paula, for your introduction. As you said, we are going to talk today about how to write an Alexa skill, a voice app, but without writing any line of code, using no-code tools. One moment, yes. Just to introduce myself again, well, you can find me on social media at Xavidop on Twitter, GitHub, YouTube, and now Twitch. I have my own blog where you can find a lot of technical blog posts related to DevOps, related to conversational AI, and focus on building Alexa skills and Alexa apps. I'm working building the 5G technologies at Altran, and well, I am organizer of the Alexa Developers Madrid community and the DevOps Days Madrid conference. I love the Alexa ecosystem, so that's why I'm developing and creating voice experiences for the Alexa devices. And well, if there are any that speak Spanish, I have a podcast called El Interior de Alexa, inside Alexa in English. So it's available in all the platforms. So if you want to hear that podcast, feel free. And I think that Paula, about the Q&A.
Yep. Just super quick, if you have any questions during the presentation, please let them in the ask a question below. So in the menu bar that it's below the presentation, you can see that you have like a menu that pops up and it's ask a question. If you have any questions that you want to ask Xavi during the event or after the event, please put them there, because as you are many of us today, if you put them in the chat, they're gonna get lost. So we'll reply everything at the end of the event. Xavi will reply to everything, and I'm happy to reply any doubts that you might have about iKnowHack. So just make sure that you put them in the ask a question and not in the chat. And that's everything. You can start.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So let's get started. Well, I'm as your content hero from Microsoft as well, but well, this is just a batch. Let's start with a brief history with the beginning of Alexa. Alexa starts on 2014 in the US, only in English. In 2017 appears the first conference with main topic, which main topic only was the Alexa. Then in 2019 arrives here to Spain because, well, I'm from Spain. And in 2019, there are more than 135 millions of Echoes sold. Actually, in 2020, Alexa is available in English, German, Hindi, Japanese, French, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. And for sure, this number of languages will grow up in the next few years for sure. So what can we do with Alexa? Usually we use Alexa for entertainment, and for home automation. For entertainment, usually we use Alexa to listen to music, play videos, listen to audiobooks, read receipts, or play games. And for home automation, we usually use Alexa for turn on lights, change the air conditioning temperature, open the window, or start the vacuum cleaner, for instance. So why voice? I mean, why the voice or the Alexa ecosystem are growing up? Well, just let me put an example here. So here is an example for create a reminder while we are cooking. Imagine that we are cooking a pizza, and then you have to create a reminder, to set up a reminder. These are the steps that we have to follow without having an Alexa device or any other smart speakers. I mean, with any Google smart home device or Siri or the other ones. So the steps probably more or less should be we have to take our phone, unlock it, then the phone doesn't recognize our footprint, then we have to put the code, open the app, set up the reminder, then you have to take the fire extinguisher because everything are on flames, and you have to put out the flames. And with this example, and if we use Alexa, we use any kind of smart devices or smart assistants, this is as easy as this. I mean, with just saying Alexa set a 5 minutes timer, and that's all. So something that I used to say in all my talks and in Spanish and in English as well is that Alexa or any other smart devices are not going to change our lives, but for sure these devices are going to make our life easier. So what is an Alexa skill? Because today we are going to talk about Alexa skills and how to build it. The Alexa skill is just the voice apps that are running inside the Echo devices, or well, in the Alexa built-in devices, because there are not only Echo devices, there are many other devices that are running Alexa and that they have Alexa built-in. So this is the meaning of the Alexa skill, and thanks to that, and thanks to the as well to the Google action, which is exactly the same, but from the Google part, appears the job role of voice app developer. So how Alexa work? Alexa is just a cloud service. This is, I think, one of the most important things that you have to know. Is just a cloud service. I mean, in the devices, there's not any kind of service, or Alexa is not in the device. It's just a cloud service. So how does it work? When you say the wake up word, I mean, Alexa or OK Google, for instance, the device turn on a blue light. Then the device is going to start to record and to get all the audio until you finish start talking to the device. Then that record goes to the cloud, and then in the cloud there are some kind of magic that transforms all the voice into JSON, which is a text. So translates the voice, all the everything that comes from the device into text. Then the text goes to a backend, goes to something that are going to resolve the request that you have told to the device. That backend, that server, returns another JSON, another text, and then the Alexa cloud turns that text into voice. Here always will happen another kind of magic. So that magic that I told you, these are all the processes that are happening in the Alexa cloud. The first one is the Alexa speech recognition, or the automatic speech recognition process, ASR, that transform voice into text. I mean, when you request to Alexa that you want the weather of New York, for instance, this first process, the only thing that are going to do is just transform the voice into text. Okay, then when once we have the voice transformed into text, appears and is going to execute the natural language understanding process, the NLU or NLP, also known as NLP. So this process recognize the part of the text. That means that is not only to translate voice into text. That means that Alexa will know that you're asking for the weather and the weather of New York. Then the last process that are happening in the cloud, in the Alexa cloud, is the text-to-speech, the TTS process, that transforms text into voice or sound. This is when the server or backend, the code that are executing returns the JSON, the text, this text, transform the text into voice. This is a text to speech, TTS. Okay, but if we are not devs, if we are not developers, what's happened with us? How can we create it? How can we create an Alexa skill? So today we are going to talk about 3 platforms that are the most, I think, the most famous or most important in the Alexa ecosystem. The first one is the Alexa Flow Builder. The second one is Litexa, and the third one is VoiceFlow. So let's start. I don't know if, I think I'm going to explain one by one, just explaining the platform, and then we are going to go a little bit deeper, one by one as well. So the first one is the Alexa Flow Builder. Is an official Amazon application that you can download it, install it, and run it in your laptop. It has a really powerful editor with graphic user interface, and also has a simulator. It's really easy to create skills, and with the Alexa Flow Builder comes the Skill Flow Builder CLI, the command line interface, to run commands using the terminal. But today we are talking about tools that are not related to the code world. So forget about that. So with the CLI, you can deploy the Alexa skill, and then you can simulate. The documentation is really, really good, and there's one Visual Studio Code extension in case that you are going to go a little bit deeper, because when you are creating the Alexa skill, you are generating some pseudo language, pseudo code. So I think here, this is the platform, this is the Alexa Skill Flow Builder, but I want to show you the platform in action. Is this one. You can, as I told you, you can, here, it is available on GitHub, and you can download it and install it. Here in the GitHub repository, you have all the steps to install the Alexa Skill Flow Builder. So when you have downloaded and then you are run it, here is the application that you are going to see. As you can see, this is a kind of flow that we are going to build just using nodes, and with conditions. We are going to link one node with another one. So in that way, you are going to create a really good voice experience, just with drag and drop, and linking one node to another one. So if you click, for instance, here, if you click in every node, you can see here that you have some parts here. Sorry. And the first one is when the say part is the text that Alexa are going to say. So that's why that's why it's called say. So here, for instance, this is an Alexa skill that are going to explain, or I go an Alexa skill that are going to tell something about how to go hiking during the weekend. So the first node, I mean, the entry point of the Alexa skill will be the start node, and then as you see here, Alexa is going to ask us if we want to go on a hike. So if we reply as a user using this Alexa skill, if we reply yes, we are going to go to the get ready node, and if we reply and we are going to say no, we have to go to the hesitate node. So if we go to the get ready, for instance, here Alexa is going to explain the things that we need for go to go on a hike. Sorry. So here the only thing that are gonna run, I mean, this node is just to say this text, and then we are going to move to the water node. In the water node, Alexa are going to ask how many bottles of water would we like to take with us. So here we have a if else or switch flow in, and depending on the number of bottles that we are going to say, we are going to go to one node or to another. So here, this is the Alexa skill flow builder. I mean, just with drag and drop and without building any kind of code. But here we have one tab which is really, really important, which is source. Because at the same time that we are dragging and dropping nodes, we are creating at the same time a pseudocode. So in this pseudocode, for instance, we can say this is the node water, is this node, and here we have the say part, the reprompt, and the then. The then part is the if else. So that's why here we are going to have these three with the three flows to follow. So here we are going to retrieve the value as a Amazon.number, which is, I mean, the number of the number that Alexa understands. We are going to save it as a variable called bottles, and then once we say the number of the bottles, we are going to go to one node or to another. If bottles are less or equal 0, that the number of bottles are not enough. If are more than 4, are too many. And if this one, and in other case, let's go to the trailhead, which is another node. So as I told you, this is in the Alexa skill flow builder, we have a simulator. This is this tab, and we can simulate from the start. I will click right now.
You roll over in bed and look outside. It looks like a beautiful day. Would you like to go on a hike?
So this is a simulator of the Alexa skill running in an Alexa built-in device. So here, the Alexa skill flow builders put it down here, the possible answers that we can do. So Alexa asks us if we want to go on a hike. We are going to say yes, and then we are going to move to the next node. So excited. You start to get ready for this text is the one from the get ready node, as you can see, and then these nodes are not asking anything to us, so we move automatically to the next node, which is water. So here we have the water related question. I'd recommend 1 to 3 bottles of water. How many bottles of water would you like to take with you? That's it. So here, Alexa will wait until we replay the number of the bottles. So imagine that we put it 5. We are going to go to the too many node, and then we are going back. You only have 4 bottles to use at home. How many bottles of water would you like to take with you? And then this one. Okay, so if we put 0, we are going to go to the not enough node. You need at least some water. How many bottles of water would you like to take with you? Okay, and then I think 3 is a good value. And then we move to the trailhead. 3 water bottles and grab your gear. On the car ride out to the trail. This is an interactive story. This is really useful, the Alexa skill flow builder, for building interactive story. So I think that's it about the Alexa skill flow builder. I recommend you to download it and to try it by yourself and just learning and and try to understand what's happening and try to understand how to build an Alexa skill with the Alexa skill flow builder. Let's go to the next one, which is Litexa. Okay, Litexa is a literate programming language. Okay, it's a programming language, but it's something similar to the code that I show you in the Alexa skill flow builder, which is focus on what we want and not is focus on how to do that. So the lines of code that you are going to create, because I mean, this is not developed. This line of codes that you are going to write you are going to write a pseudo code, because you are going to focus only on what you want and what Alexa are going to say, without writing JavaScript or, okay, it's a pseudo language. It's a literate programming language. It uses indentation to indicate a block of codes like Python, okay, and belongs to Amazon, to the Alexa Games team, and well, that appears in Alexa Games Challenge inside Amazon, and well, is belongs as well to the Alexa Labs, and is supported to the community. It has another CLI, another command line interface that you can use it to deploy and simulate. There's not any graphic user interface, because this is a literate programming language, but literate programming language, I mean, this is not JavaScript. There's a Visual Studio Code extension as well, and the documentation is really, really good. So this is an example. Well, this is the main screen of litexa.com, I think. I have it here as well. Yes, this is the litexa.com. This is the main page. So here is the literary programming language, the pseudocode that I've told you before. Is something similar like the code that we have seen in the Alexa Skill Flow Builder. So it's really, really, really easy. So here you are going to create nodes as well, but without graphic user interface. As you can see, all the Alexa skills built in with Litexa start with launch. Just writing launch, the keyword launch. So when you write it, then you are going to, you can write what Alexa are going to say with the keyword say, something similar like the Alexa Skill Flow Builder. Alexa, in this example, Alexa, Alexa is going to tell us, hi there, howdy, or greeting human. This is, if you put it here 3, Alexa, every time that is going to execute, will put it 1 randomly. And then we are, Alexa is going to ask us your name, our name. So the next step is just when my or the name is, or let me understand first the example, or you should call me name. Okay, sorry. The when is the here keyword that we have in the Alexa Skill Flow Builder. So the when is that the keyword in Alexa that you are going to tell to Alexa that he has to wait until we reply to the device. So what we have to tell now is just my name is Xavi, for instance, or you can or you should call me Xavi. Then you are going to store the value name, which is a Amazon.us first name. This is a built-in type that you can find in the Amazon documentation and the Litexa documentation as well. Something similar with the Amazon.number that we have used in the Alexa Skill Flow Builder. After that, Alexa is really easy, this sample, but well, it's for the first example, I think is really, really good. I have another example that we are going to show you in a minute. So when we tell to Alexa our name, and then we store the name here, Alexa just are going to tell us, hey, nice to meet you, Xavi, and we'll play a sound effect, which is a happy.mp3. So I'm going to show you another example, which is a little bit more complex, but just a little bit. So this is Visual Studio Code with the Litexa extension installed. So here we have the other example. Is quite similar to the other one, but we have more flows and more variables. So the first thing, the start, the entry point, launch. If we have stored the name before, Alexa will tell us, hello again, Xavi. Or no, this, sorry. If the name is stored, because it's the second time that we run the Alexa skill, Alexa will tell us, hello again, Xavi. Wait a minute, you could be someone else. Or if it is the first time that we enable the Alexa skill, we are going execute the else part, and then Alexa is going to tell us hi there, human, because Alexa does not know our name. And then we are going to go to the ask for name. This is another, like the node that I've explained you before with the Alexa skill flow builder, but now with code and with Litexa, using Litexa. So the ask for name node or state, as the name, as we can read in the name, Alexa will ask for our name. Alexa will say, what's your name? And the reprompt is when you do not reply Alexa in 8 seconds, Alexa will ask you again in order to try to reply the, or to, I don't know how to say it, in order to remind that you have to reply Alexa. So the reprompt is, please tell me your name, and then we are going to go to the wait for name node or state. In the wait for name, here we have the keyword when. That means that Alexa are going to wait until our response, and our response is my name is, could be my name is Xavi, or call me Xavi, or just Xavi, just my name. Here, the same example, we are going to store the name as an Amazon.us first name, and then we are persist the data. The add here is just to persist the data. I mean, when you run again the Alexa skill, the name value will be there for you, because you are going to persist all the data. So here, when we tell to Alexa our name, then Alexa will say, nice to meet you, Xavi. It's a fine. This is the today name. This is an example on how easy is to, if you want to write some JavaScript code. I mean, because you have to make a request to an API, or you have to do something a little bit complex, you can write JavaScript code, JavaScript functions, and then put it here as easy as this. So this function is here in utils.js, and this is an easy JavaScript function that returns the current day. So today is Thursday, and this output will tell us it's fine. It's a fine Thursday, isn't it? So there's another when, because at any time you can ask Alexa for help, and then Alexa will reply you with the help requested. I mean, Alexa will tell you, just tell me your name, please, so I would like to know it, and with the reprompt. And otherwise, if you didn't say these utterances or these ones, otherwise Alexa will tell us that Alexa did not understand us. And we're going to go again for the ask for name status. Same with the Amazon help intent.
Sorry, I think like Sylvie said that in the image is a little bit blurry. Could you maybe like zoom in so maybe they can see it better, like the proper code? Okay, thank you.
You can see better?
For me, it's better. I hope for everyone.
Okay. So, well, just finishing the example and to recap. In the otherwise or in the Amazon help intent, then we're going to go again. Okay. So we're going to go again to the ask for name, state. I don't know if everything is okay. Can you see everything fine?
Yeah, everyone is just commenting that it just gets blurry when you go up and down, but I think
Okay.
for me at least.
Sorry about that. Well, and this is Litexa. I mean, you can just go to litexa.com and try to understand, like the Alexa skill flow builder, try to understand how to build a voice app and Alexa skill using Litexa. As you can see, this is really not code, it's pseudo code because it's a literate programming language. So it is focused on what you want. I mean, without writing any JavaScript, Java, or Python line of code. Just writing and focus on what you want using the skill flow builder, using states or nodes that, depending on the answers and depending on the flow, you're going to go to one node or to another. So let's go with the next one and the last one, which is VoiceFlow. VoiceFlow is a web application that has an online editor with graphic user interface and has an online simulator as well. The cool thing of VoiceFlow is multi-platform. You can design or develop the app inside VoiceFlow, and just with one click you can deploy as a Google action to run in Google Assistant, or as an Alexa skill in order to run with Amazon Alexa. It's really intuitive, it's freemium, and there are tons of documentations and tutorials, and it is only available online because it's a web app. So this is how VoiceFlow looks like. As you can see, it's something similar to the Alexa skill flow builder. We have nodes, we have floats, we have the nodes linked, and I will show you, as well. You can create voice apps with just entering to voiceflow.com and registering, and it's really, really easy. I mean, this is an example to a yes or no answer. If it works, it does not work. It doesn't work. Well, no problem. We are going to create a new one. We're going to choose Amazon Alexa because these are talking about the Alexa skills, but you can deploy it it doesn't work. I mean, doesn't work. Okay, don't worry. We're going to go to voiceflow.com, and where I'm going to show you, I think if here we have screenshots. So yes, here you have a palette of all the things that you can do. You can this is with drag and drop. Yeah, could be that voice flow is down. I don't know. So you have the palette, and with the palette are the options or the actions that you can drag and drop on the editor. You can set values with variables. Then you can you can use these values with condition, capture. I mean, Alexa will hear us and will wait until our reply. A random component, and then the speak. This is the speak component with the choice, which is a link. You have flows and subflows, and then you can develop whatever you want without knowledge of any kind of programming language. But well, you can connect to an API. You can write JavaScript code if you want, and you can use I think the only available programming language is JavaScript, but you can use it in order to develop whatever you want in JavaScript. But there are a lot of integrations. I mean, here is, for instance, the API button. There's another to Google Sheets. If you want to store your data in Google Sheets, I mean, in order to design a good voice interaction or a good voice experience, the welcome message should be or you have to use, I mean, in order to the order of 3 to 5 different welcome message, because if you are going to use only just one, the experience would be good only once. So with Google Sheets, you can store all the welcome messages there, and with the integration of Google Sheets, you can use it with just drag and drop, and then randomly we are going. VoiceFlow is going to use the welcome message. For instance, this is just an example. I don't know if there are any other here. This is the simulator. And well, as I told you, it's freemium, and I think the one of the part that you can buy mostly is the team collaboration. So you can build something cool voice apps with your teammates, and then you can use it as a team collaboration platform while you are building voice apps. So well, I'm sorry, but VoiceFlow, it's not working now. I'm sorry for that, but well, we can go forward. Yeah, the demo, that's I showed you already. Okay, so which is better? So comparison with pros and cons of each one. So let's start with the skill flow builder. It's really easy to start. It's perfect for storytellers, and it's perfect to build interactive stories. for linguistics and for scripters and that kind of people. The editor is really powerful. As a cons, we have that there is not too much documentation. It's not easy to interact with other systems. I mean, if you want to write JavaScript code and put it in the skill flow builder, it's not as easy like in Litexa or VoiceFlow. The first deploy is not easy. And I think that's it for the skill flow builder. Then for Litexa, it has a really good documentation. It's easy to interact with our system. As I showed you how to write a JavaScript function, so it's really easy to interact with another systems using JavaScript. It's really easy to start. The setup is a little bit complex. And there's not any graphic user interface, and there's not any simulator. So everything that you want to run, you have to create test cases. That's something that I not told you before, but it's important. Then for VoiceFlow, the best thing of VoiceFlow is just you can build once and deploy anywhere with a click. It's a web app. And as I show you, it's really easy to interact with other systems. As a cons, we have that VoiceFlow. It's a fact that it's a web app, so it's only available online, but it's freemium. Okay, so you can build a lot of things with the free plan. And then, for instance, if you want to work with your teammates, then you have to pay. And you don't have the whole control of your code, but I think that's something that have changed. You can download the code, right? Sorry. So as a conclusions, well, it's really easy to start. The Alexa ecosystem continues changing. When you publish or when you send your Alexa skill to the certificate, I mean, the Amazon team are going to evaluate and to certificate that your Alexa skill is okay. This certification, the first attempt that you send the Alexa is a little bit hard, a little bit complex. But well, after that, then you probably will learn how to execute how to publish and build your Alexa skill in order to pass the certification process smoothly. There are a huge adoption of not only of the Alexa built-in device, I mean Alexa and the smart speakers. And as I told you at the beginning of the presentation, it doesn't change our lives, but it makes our lives easier. So just to sum up, in one, well, some recommendations. Here in Spain, we have an Alexa champions, which are who are the people that are the best in class in developing Alexa skills or in the voice ecosystem. So here in Spain, we have Joaquín, Angelmo, Nieves, Ábalos, and Javier Campos, and from Mexico, Lucio MSP. You can find them on Twitter as well. If you want to learn more about Alexa, you can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, GitHub, YouTube, at Xavidop, or the Alexa Developers Madrid community at Alexa Devs Madrid. And I think that's it. Just to, I recommend you to follow as well the Alexa developers account, the official ones on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. There are tons of blog posts, videos. It's really cool. and you can learn a lot. And then if you want, you can follow as well Germán Viscuso, because he is the senior Alexa evangelist for Spain and part of Europe. And you can find him on Twitter at Germán Viscuso. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, and thank you.
I think there were some questions. Actually, one in the chat, Olivier asked, VoiceFlow is like, I forgot the name, skill flow builder, but it allows to publish to both Alexa and Google vocal assistants. I think you went over a little bit the difference already, but maybe if you want to reply to
that. Yes. VoiceFlow is an independent company, because the Alexa skill flow builder belongs to Amazon, but the VoiceFlow is an independent company. And yes, VoiceFlow allows you to build once and deploy the same design to Google Assistant or to Alexa.
Okay. And I'm going to go over the ask a question questions. I see that Andy received a lot of votes, but I'm going to go over the ones that are a little bit more simple at the beginning. So the first one is Litexa is literally just for, I think we just answered this. Oh, maybe. Well, Litexa is literally just for building Amazon skills, but can be used for anything else. Can you export it to anything else?
No, Litexa is only for via Alexa skills.
Okay, cool. So that is done. And then can we present images for compatible devices with Litexa?
Yes, think so. Yes, with VoiceFlow, Skill Flow Builder, and Litexa, I think that you have the option, and they allows you to put images on screen on smart devices with screen.
Okay. Also, okay, with VoiceFlow, I saw that it is possible to choose the language. Is it the same for the other platforms? If not, what tools are used to translate commands to other locales?
I think that these three platforms permit or allows you to build skills with in multiple languages.
Okay.
Then I'm not sure. I mean, I think that VoiceFlow, you can build something with multiple languages. Skillflow Builder thinks so, and Litexa thinks so as well. But you can check all the documentation.
Cool. Okay, and then Andy, and this was the most upvoted question. So Xavi, can you show how you would start this from scratch before there are any notes? And I think she was referring to the skill build flow, because when you started like with all the notes, she was referring to how would you start this process, or maybe if you can show, or I don't know if you can go back to the.
Yes, I mean, I think the not only for the Alexa skill flow builder, but I think the good point to start and to understand how does it works. I will close the window, sorry. So I think the first Alexa skill that I will create, I will use, I think that I will use VoiceFlow. Once I understand VoiceFlow, once I understand how Alexa works, I mean, with all the developing flows and that kind of things. After that, I think that you can use more easier the Alexa Skill Flow Builder or the Litexa. But I think the first thing that I will do is just to create something with VoiceFlow. It could be a great starting point.
Yeah, I saw this presentation in Spanish and now in English, and I also get the impression that VoiceFlow is the easiest one, or maybe like the least intimidating one if you don't know how to code. And then Litexa and the Amazon one, it's a little bit more complex, just because I feel like people, when they have to download something through GitHub, sometimes they get scared. They are like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I think VoiceFlow is a great option. Okay, cool. Then just one quick thing. Sylvie said that he would like to try, or she would like to try a project, and she doesn't really know how to start. Is there any Slack channel that maybe you guys have in Alexa Developers Madrid, or like anything where she can find inspiration, or maybe YouTube? I remember you mentioned that you have Twitch. I don't know if you have a YouTube channel also.
Yeah, well, I will share with you the link of my blog, and VoiceFlow has a really good community on Facebook. So if you go to the VoiceFlow webpage, I think down here, there's community. I will copy and send you. This is a community. I think that there are more than 7,000 VoiceFlow developers there, and you can, if you have any trouble, you have any problem while you are developing something with VoiceFlow, I think that could be one person that can help you as well. And I think that there are a lot of people there asking for new projects, new ideas. So that could be a good starting point as well.
Okay, great. Then does anybody else have any questions? If you want to ask anything else, and if not, we'll wrap it up. I'll give a few minutes. Thank you, Sylvie, for attending.
Thank you all for being there, and thank you, Ironhack and Paula, for bringing me the opportunity to make this presentation.
Yep. I think it's super interesting. I've never done one, but I want to. Okay, well, if there are any other doubts, thank you all for attending. Also, make sure you follow Xavi on social media, all the channels he said, because I'm sure he will be happy to reply to any of your questions. And yeah, thank you for being here, and hope you have a great end of the week. Bye.
Bye-bye.